What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Pylons. I'm John Camacho. Thank you so much for watching. And today, guys, is the very first 2021 draft profile video. And guys, I really started this series last year going through a lot of players. I got a lot of good videos out last year. This year, I'm going to try and do the same thing. So you can expect 2 draft profiles a week on this channel. And guys, let's get right into it, all right? Najee Harris, running back for Alabama, probably should have, could have come out last year and still probably been a second-round pick. It was a really good running back class last year, so I don't know where he would have sized up, among the CEH, the Jonathan Taylors, the J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers. I'm missing somebody, but all those guys that went in the end of the first to second round range, he would have been in that category. I don't know where he would have been valued. At the end of the day, it might have just been a congested class and he might have been pushed down. So maybe coming back was the right decision. And obviously I'm recording this before the college football playoffs, so I don't know what happens, but he's in a really good position to, win a championship as well. So that's had to be on his mind. So let's get right into it with the film. What I'm going to do is we're going to watch film, then I'm going to go to a skill chart, and then I will break down where I think he should go, things like that. And we'll close the video out there. And really the first thing that you notice when you watch Najee Harris is how similar of a play style that he has to another former great Alabama running back, Derrick Henry, who is obviously having a great NFL career with the Tennessee Titans. And look, he's a little bit smaller than Derrick Henry, but what he gives up in size compared to Derrick Henry, he has a little bit more lateral quickness, and I think that serves him really well. Great runner with a very interesting run style that you don't see a lot of. Like, there's not a lot of Najee Harris's coming out into the NFL. Right here, I want to start here just to show his vision, his ability to get out of a bad situation, break a tackle, and break for a huge gain. Obviously, this Ole Miss game was really back and forth, a great offensive showing for both teams, but there's not a lot of defense to be had. So the fact that he was able to break a big play, it happened a lot in this game. But here you're going to see, he sees this lane right here, this safety linebacker, whoever that is, he's going to fill that up. He's just so big, so strong, able to run right through it. And then of course, you see the build-up speed, right? Najee Harris is not somebody who's going to have that like intense, shot out of a cannon speed. It is very similar to a Derrick Henry in the sense that how do you bring Derrick Henry down? Well, you hit him in the backfield and you stop him from ramping up, because once he gets a full steam, I mean, he's one of the hardest human beings to bring down that I've really ever seen in my, limited experience. But let's move on. Again, I was talking about how you bring Derrick Henry down. Well, for Najee Harris, he has a little bit more quickness and a little bit more ability to make somebody miss, without just using pure power than I think Derrick Henry had coming out. And again, I don't want this to be a straight comparison to Derrick Henry, but I do see a lot of comparisons. So I'm trying to differentiate as best I can. I hope that's fair. But here we are. You'll see he's about to get squared up in the backfield by this Tennessee defensive tackle, able to spin out of that right here. I think Najee Harris realizes he's probably not going to win to the edge there, makes the decision to cut back and just power through for a first down. He has so many different ways that he can beat you. He has enough speed and enough quickness to make a guy miss, especially at the college level. And he has an abundance of power and an abundance of ability to lay down the boom and just push the pile for a first down whenever he needs to. So that's what he does there. Just another example of how gifted this player is. Not a highlight reel play by any means, but that's the kind of stuff that I want to see, because when I first watch him, or really when I was watching him on TV, that's all I kept thinking was, okay, this is Derrick Henry. This is a smaller Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry struggled, in his first couple years. How is Najee Harris going to be different? Is Najee Harris a true, top of the second round, borderline first round running back, or is this a third round guy who has bust potential, but still a lot of, big talent as well? And a running back going in the third round is by no means an insult. So here we're going to go again. This just shows good vision and patience. And I put this play in just to show he has this ability to just, plow through people, but right here shows good vision, shows good patience, and is able to get to the next level. He was patient enough to follow his blocks, understand that this run play was going to develop, puts that left foot in the ground and explodes upfield for a first down and I think a touchdown. Either way, it doesn't really matter. And on this play, this is again another example of his ability to just bounce off a tackler, make a dude miss. It was actually just a terrible block, like right here. I mean, look, he has beautiful green grass. This D tackle is not going to catch Najee Harris. This linebacker should be blocked by this pulling guard, and it should be one-on-one with a safety. This should be a big play, but the guard actually misses here and is able, allows the linebacker to get a shot on Najee Harris. Najee Harris is still able to spin out of that and just show that athleticism. It, again, just shows his ability to make people miss and run over people. All right, and really, when we talk about Najee Harris, there's so many things to like. Right? Has amazing power, has really good agility for his size, especially, you know, that good combination of power, agility, speed, all of these things. My biggest issue, he has legit speed. He has legit speed. He doesn't have legit quickness though, right? He has build-up speed. And that quickness, that short area quickness really isn't there. It makes sense. He's a big body dude. He's not as big as I've said, as a Derrick Henry, but he definitely has some good size, can run over just about anybody, especially at the college level. But he's not going to be a guy that you're going to ask to do a lot of stretch plays, to do a lot of, you know, outside zone run plays. You know, I don't think somebody like the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan, that type of run attack is going to value a Najee Harris type. That's not a bad thing, by the way. This is not an indignation of Najee Harris and his ability. It's just a different run type, and I'm trying to show that. And that's kind of the whole point of a draft profile. Just there's a lot of different types of running backs out there. There's a lot of different types of every position pretty much out there. So that's what Najee Harris is. And this play right here, I think, shows his inability to just hit that first gear or hit that second gear the second he gets the ball. Again, not a bad thing. It's just not the type of running back that he is. And right here, you'd like to think, again, this is actually a really good play by this edge defender to kind of get off of his block and get a hand and really affect Najee Harris's run. So I want to give him credit as well. But a running back with a little bit more burst, a little bit more explosion, you know, in that first one or two steps of getting the ball, it's probably upfield. He's probably going to get tackled on the sideline. He's probably going to beat all these guys to the edge. Najee Harris just doesn't quite have that, and you can kind of see it. In this particular play, he doesn't really get a chance to build up speed. The more steps he's taking, the faster he's getting. That's kind of what I mean by build up speed. It's not a bad thing. Obviously, I showed on that first clip, you know, that build up speed can be very, very dangerous. He is a true home run hitter. Do not give him a lane. Do not give it, like, he will have plenty of big plays in the NFL. I can foresee him having these 95-yard touchdown runs, you know, where his offense is backed up on the goal line and he shoots a gap and he's just gone to the races. Nobody will catch him. He's going to have those moments. But in this situation where it's just more about quickness, it's more about lateral explosion and the ability to beat a player to the edge, I don't know if he's going to have that. And that's really the only thing that holds him back from being like a complete, legit top end, you know, first round running back. And on this channel and me personally, I don't believe in first round running backs. So when I say first round running backs, I'm talking, you know, the Saquon Barkleys, the Ezekiel Elliott's coming out, the guys that truly just had absolutely everything going for them. That's not Najee Harris. He's a great running back, should probably be a top end second round pick, and the team is going to be very, very happy with him if they use him the right way. So that I say all that to say I am a huge fan of this player. I love his run style. It is a fantastic watch. If you ever get a chance, go check out just some of his highlights. If you are just not, unless you're an absolute Alabama hater, you will have a lot of fun just watching his highlights because he is a lot of fun to watch. And with that being said, let's get to the skill chart. I already kind of talked about the majority of the things that, you know, you're going to see here, but and really the first thing I want to point out is, you know, vision, very, very good. 6.6 is a very, very good number for vision. I don't go into the sevens very often for vision because it's kind of hard to like say you have elite vision. It's just really good or not good. You know, it's more just, that's one of those things where if that's bad, you're going to have a downgrade. Agility, very good agility. This is quality agility. This is NFL average type of stuff. Look, he's not going to blow you away in that regard, obviously, but still good enough to get the job done. And as I was talking about with that last clip, short area quickness, it is going to be a little bit of an issue if you're asking him to do those stretch runs. I'm not saying he can't do it, and in a perfect play, in a perfect scheme where he has the opportunity to get to that top speed, yeah, he'll beat everybody to the edge and he's gone. But as I showed in that play against Alabama or against Auburn, when it wasn't perfect, he wasn't able to get to that top speed, and he wasn't able to really get going, and the run play wasn't as good as maybe it could have been. So that's what I'm talking about there. But then with that short area quickness being not as good, the acceleration is top notch. This is elite acceleration on my scale, 7.4, about as good as you're going to get. I grade this out of 9, and when you get into the 8s, it's very, very rare. Pass protection's good. Didn't show a whole lot in this video. Like, he has the size, he has the ability, he can absolutely pass protect, but it's not an issue. I didn't see it a whole lot in the games that I watched. Sometimes I can just be, the games that I watched, he wasn't asked to do it as much. So I gave him 5.5, which is a positive grade. I believe he can do it, but I didn't see like anything negative or really anything like super positive to put him into a higher bracket than that. So I thought that was fair. And like, as more information comes along, maybe that changes. Power, obviously top notch. We know that. Pass catching, he can do it. Has a tendency, I didn't show this in the film cut, but has a tendency to catch with his arms a little bit. Did it a lot at Ole Miss, but actually throughout the 2020 season, a couple games that were a little bit later in the year, I saw him catching with his hands a little bit more. It's something I look for, a running back that I just see trying to cradle the ball every single time. Certain times it's that's probably the best way to catch the ball and it works, but there's other times where, like, if I see you cradling the ball, I'm just wondering, like, are you just not confident with your hands as a running back? That can be a little worrisome. It is a slight negative grade based on my scale. A 4.5 is the true average, and then it goes up and down from there. But slight negative, not anything to write home about. At the end of the day, you're not drafting Najee Harris to be a pass catcher. I think he can do it when he's asked to, but I would imagine he's going to get 20 to 30, catches a season in the right type of offense, assuming he's a feature back. That's not a ton, but a couple targets a game. That's about what he'll probably be asked to do. Great patience. That's a positive grade. Great ability to break tackles. Really, really good in the open field. And then obviously pad level balance, elite pad level, elite balance, elite ability to just square up on people and lay the boom. All in all, a great running back. And with that being said, guys, I am not doing a full on grade right now. If you watch my videos from last year, you know that I will give out 3 grades. I have my own scaling system to where I can kind of grade out. I will tell you right now, his grade, if I'm looking at it, is a 6.2, which is a very, very good grade. I think that'll go up though. A lot of the other aspects are kind of guesses right now, because I'm still waiting on some of that off-season information and data to come in that does influence my grade a small bit. It's about 85% is the film study, and I will adjust it a little bit as I go through and as I maybe watch more stuff. But at the end of the day, that's going to be kind of the range that he's in, a 6.2. A 6.2, it's a second round running back, and I think that's perfectly fair. And when we talk about teams that I would like to see him land in, and I'm talking about just perfect landing spots for him, I think about, I think a Chargers would be a really good fit. Obviously, they have Austin Eckler. They paid him. Austin Eckler is a great running back, and he can carry the load. He's shown that this year, but obviously that big injury this year just destroyed their running game. I was really never a fan of Joshua Kelly coming out last year from UCLA. They drafted him in the 4th round. I think that was kind of a bust already. I think especially if they keep the coaching staff in the mindset that they've had this year, which I think is flawed. And if you listen to my podcast, I'm not a huge fan of Anthony Lynn and the way they have tried to keep that offense so run based when they're so clearly built for a different style of offense. That's a whole nother thing. If Anthony Lynn does stick around and they need another running back to add to that stable, and Najee Harris would be an excellent fit. I also think the Denver Broncos would be another team. Hey, look, I know they paid Melvin Gordon. unfortunately, I hate this because I'm always such a fan of the people and the players themselves, the person under the mask kind of. But at the end of the day, the running back position is what it is. There is a significant drop off after year 5, year 6, and I think we've seen that from Melvin Gordon. He definitely has some left in the tank, but if Vic Fangio wanted to go a different direction with the running game, I think they could do a lot worse than a Najee Harris. Another one from another team that comes to mind for me would be the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, they're going to be going in a whole nother direction, but the one thing they're missing on that offense, pretty good offensive line, great receiver weapons. Matt Ryan's still a pretty good quarterback, pocket passer type of guy. They're missing a legit running back. They had it with Freeman for a couple of years. Todd Gurley obviously isn't fitting the bill. Ito Smith, Brian Hill, not guys that you're really going to lean on as a primary role. I think that's the type of team that's probably going to be picking in the top 5, top 10. So I don't think a team like that should value the running back position as the way they would need to land a Najee Harris. Najee Harris should go somewhere in that second round, and if they were willing to pull the trigger at the beginning of the second round, when they definitely have a lot of other needs, I don't think I would suggest that. I don't think I would like that for the team, but I think for the player, for Najee Harris, it would fit really well. But either way, I think it would be a great fit for Najee Harris, and I think wouldn't be a bad landing spot for Atlanta either. But with that being said, that's just a couple teams that come to mind as a team that I could see taking Najee Harris and really just entrenching them in their system. Atlanta Falcons is a little bit of a wild card because we don't know what's going to happen in the offseason with the coaching. I don't know what scheme changes are going to happen. I don't know what personnel changes are going to happen. So take that with a grain of salt. And guys, please remember, I am doing this, in late December. A lot has to happen. The draft is going to happen late April, early May sometime. So a lot of things are going to come to the forefront. But this is just a draft profile based on the film that I've watched. Whoever does get this kid is going to have a very, very good running back on their hands. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out. If you are interested in more draft profiles coming out twice a week on this channel, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you think of Najee Harris, what you think of my my assessment of Najee Harris, and if you have anybody else that you would like me to do a draft profile on, let me know in the comments, guys. Peace out.